Hello everyone, welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome to my kitchen if it's your first time. Now today we're doing a classic fish pie recipe. Now the prep time for this is about 15 minutes. It takes about 45 minutes to cook, so it's about 4 to 6 people, and it's pretty easy to do. So let's look at the ingredients and I'll take you step by step on how to do the dish. Okay, so for this recipe we need about 1 kilogram of Maris Piper potatoes, which are boiled until they're soft, and then that'll be ready for the mash. And to make the mash you just need a splash of milk and some butter, and then we also need, for the white sauce, we need 25 grams of butter, 25 grams of flour, and then we also need 400 milliliters of milk. We've also got 4 spring onions, and then for the fish I'm using salmon, which I've just cut into pieces, some hake and some prawns, and you can use a mixture of fish whatever you want to use, whether you want to use some shellfish in it, whether you want to use some mussels, or you want to use cod, haddock, whatever you fancy. Now I've got fresh fish. You could use frozen if you wanted to, and you can get those fish pie mixes in the supermarkets, which will make it easier for you if you don't want to cut the fish up. Okay, we also need 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard or English mustard, whatever your preference is. About 12 grams of parsley or chives. I'm using parsley, and this is in fact parsley I've been growing myself. If you are interested in seeing how that's grown, check out the gardening videos on my channel. I've got a few sweet corn and peas just to mix in, and some cheese just to melt on the top. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is make the mash. So I've just added a knob of butter and some milk, and I'm just going to mash it until it's all combined. You could, of course, if you want a finer mash, use a potato ricer. You could use cream if you want instead of milk. I've also preheated my oven to 200 degrees Celsius as for gas mark 6. If you've got a fan assisted oven, reduce it down to about 180 degrees Celsius. So then after we've made the mash, what we'll do next is we will then make the white sauce. So I'm just going to incorporate all this together, add a bit more butter or milk, depending on how you like your mash. So the mash is now done, and what we're going to do is move on to the white sauce. So we're just going to melt the butter in a pan. If you've seen my lasagna recipe on my channel, you've seen me make a white sauce before. It's a good sauce to master because you can use it for obviously that fish pie and macaroni cheese, various other recipes. So once it's melted, we'll add the flour. Just melting it over a medium heat. We're now going to add the flour and also the spring onions, and mix them all together. And then what we're going to do, we're going to switch from a wooden spoon to a whisk and slowly incorporate the milk, little by little. Just want to cook that flour up for a bit. Love the smell of the spring onions. It's a shame we haven't got smelly vision. we're going to start adding the milk, stirring and stirring. It will appear very thick to begin with, but just keep adding the milk, little by little. There you can see it's really starting to get a consistency of sauce now. Got a little bit more milk to add. Just keep stirring it and stirring it over a medium heat. A bit more milk. Add the last of our milk now. You should feel it start to thicken at each stage you add the milk, until it gets to the consistency that you need. Okay, so we're just going to bring it to the boil now for a few minutes. And then we're just going to cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes. So just to recap, I brought it to the boil, just cooked it for 3 to 4 minutes. Just going to add our mustard. Just going to stir that in. That we're mixing. And it's just off the heat now. We're just going to mix these ingredients in before we put it into the dish. So there's a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and then we're going to put in our parsley. Stir that in. It's a lovely colour as well. And then we're going to add in our fish. We're going to add the salmon and the hake to begin with because the prawns are already cooked. Give that a good mix around. Lovely lot of different colours in there. Like I say, use what fish you want. You decide depending on what you like and what your family or friends like. Give that a good mix to incorporate it all. And then we're going to add the prawns and also the peas and sweet corn. And then once we've mixed that, that will all go into our pie dish. And then what we're going to do is put the potato on top. Give that a good mix. Look at the lovely different colours. So I've just spooned it into my oven proof dish. I'm going to spread it all out and then we're going to put the potato on top. And then what we do once we put the potato on, we put some cheese on top as well. Just make sure it's all evenly distributed. So I've now put the potato on, and like I did with the fish mix, I'm just going to spread the potato over. I'm using a fork just to make it easier. You could do a pattern if you wanted on top. I'm just going to smooth it over. Nice rustic look. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put some cheese on top, which will melt nicely into the potato, and then we'll just put that in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, until it's just golden on top, just so you can cook fish, heat everything through, and melt the cheese. Just going to get it all into the corners. Yeah, okay, I think that's almost there. Make sure it's all evenly coated. Okay, so now we're going to sprinkle some cheese on top. And whatever cheese you want to use, I'm just using cheddar cheese. If you want to use another cheese or a mixture, or whatever you want to do, it's up to you. And then we'll put that in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. We keep an eye on it until it's all golden and cooked through. So there you go, after about 20 minutes in the oven, cheese is melted and it's all nice and cooked in the side. So let's have a look. Take a portion out. Okay, so let's give it a taste. Taste the salmon, the prawns, the hake, creamy mash. You got the peas and sweet corn in there. So I hope you will give it a go yourself. Like I say, it's pretty easy to do, and it's definitely one of those comforting dishes that, you know, whether it's been a long day or whether it's a cold night, it's definitely a good one to make. And you could always freeze it, make a portion like I have, and freeze it before you cook it, and then you can just take some out when you need it, which is what I do. So it's always something you can do, or when you've got people coming round, then you can just put it into the oven. So let me know in the comments how it goes, what fish you put in it, and also you can follow me on social media. That'll be at the end of the video, the links, and please give the video a like so people can see it, and subscribe if you haven't done already. Thank you to everyone that has, and ring that bell for notification, because there'll be more cookery videos coming soon, as well as other content as well. And I'll see you very soon. Take care, bye for now.